Few years ago, when we used to create these videos, we generally used to talk about new creative formats that are working or marketing trends or new platform features. Those things are still happening, but they almost don't matter because like any other industry, digital marketing and performance marketing is going through a fundamental shift because of AI. And the worst part is that this shift can make you quickly irrelevant if you don't pay attention. So that's why in this video, I'm going to talk about the performance marketing industry shifts that we need to be aware and ready for. The first one is quite obvious, but a lot of people are still confused about it, which is AI will not only assist in performance marketing, but it will increasingly decide whether it's campaign creation, keyword selection, optimization, targeting, bidding logic, creative. Some people still say that advertising is too complex for AI as of now, but it's the same way how tailors used to think before they had sewing machines. There's a high chance before end of 2026 you will start creating or optimizing your campaigns in real dashboards with AI agents. And that's true with brands as well, not because these ad platform AI features or AI agents will be perfect. You will see this massive shift when everyone realizes that AI is cheap, consistent, and just good enough. We pretty soon will start marketing towards AI agents as well along with humans before we completely move to marketing to AI agents. This will start when AI systems will start to research, compare, and even buy on the behalf of the users. I meet a lot of people who think that it'll take a very long time for humans to believe that AI system can take a better buying decision for them. But adoption doesn't work that way. People don't need to trust AI emotionally. They need it to be structurally reliable. It is the same logic how people initially thought that nobody is going to add their credit card on a website and use a credit card to buy online. But it eventually happened and happened so fast. But what it means for us when this happens is we need to understand AI doesn't browse. It doesn't scroll. And you cannot persuade it. These tools look for clarity. They look for comparability, which means CRO, copywriting for landing pages, ads will change massively. From emotional persuasion to clarity, proof, and decision logic, which means our landing pages and offers will be more explicit and less implied. Clear outcomes, clear pricing, clear proof, and clear expectations. If an AI tool cannot evaluate why you are the best option, you will not even enter the consideration set. And once this starts to happen at a scale, something else will change massively, which is the advertising itself, which will lead to Google and Meta monopoly to break, and it will decide where the advertising budgets will actually go. Before we move ahead, I'm glad to inform you that State of Marketing Report for 2026 by HubSpot is already out, and you can download it completely for free from the link in the description below. This report was created after conducting a survey with more than 1,500 marketers across the globe. It reveals some very interesting facts and figures about the use of AI within performance marketing industry, and you will clearly see how brands are moving from experimentation to real impact using AI. You will find some very useful insights in the report, like top marketing channels based on ROI, top challenges faced by social media teams and how they solve those, top brand investments by ROI. There are dedicated sections in this report for growth trends and future of marketing, which were the most interesting part for me. And my favorite part in this report is that at the end of every section, there is a dedicated guide on how to apply these insights to your marketing strategy using the Loop marketing framework. And this report is created by HubSpot Media, who is also sponsoring this video. So back to our main topic. For a long time now, performance marketing has been simple. If you know Meta ads and Google ads, you basically are covered because most of the advertising budgets, if not all, from small and medium businesses just flow into these two platforms. And this concentration will start to break, not because Google and Meta will not be good enough, but because you will start seeing platforms that work on a very different logic and in a very different customer journey paradigm. Because from what we have seen from the early testing, from the ads, from the LLM tools, they don't just match an ad with a particular search query or a keyword. What they do is they understand the context, they understand the situation, they broadly understand what you exactly need. And instead of hundreds of ads and 10 blue links, they just recommend you one particular product with a synthesized answer. And the brands that appear there are not the brands with the highest budget, but they are the ones which AI thinks are the best fit for that particular question. And this completely changes the life of performance marketers, because now we will need to know more platforms apart from Google and Meta ads. But you will not need to know the settings like we do now. These ad platforms will have AI integrated, or an external AI agent will handle all the mechanics. What you as a performance marketer will have to decide is, where does each of these platforms fit in the customer journey and overall online marketing strategy for that brand? As this monopoly starts to break, the ad strategy will become very, very difficult, because stitching all these platforms coherently and then figuring out the attribution and the user journey will be the real work. So it will be less platform thinking, but more thinking towards the user journey. And once understanding these user journeys become more important than the platforms, the funnels will stop doing the heavy work that they do now. Which brings us to our fourth trend, which is offers will matter much, much more than the funnels. We will start seeing this in 2026, that funnels will stop working, because AI agents do not move across funnels. They do not consider your nurture sequences. They don't fall for urgency. They compare outcomes. AI system doesn't fall for emotional copy. It evaluates how fast, how much, what is the guarantee. And I think if something massive doesn't come from these ad platform companies, any companies relying heavily on funnels, they will start having attribution nightmares. And this brings us to our fifth point. Measurement will shift from attribution towards direction, which is kind of what we used to call less data-driven approach. We will have to get used to the new ways of evaluating your performance marketing. Attribution has anyways been under pressure from past few years. But with these increasing platforms within our media mix and the behavior of these AI agents which will act on behalf of users, they will just make it worse. So for example, during this transition, when AI agents recommend and then the user buys on their own, the attribution will be a nightmare, because technically there is one system that recommends and finishes just before the purchase, and then there is another system and another user technically who does the purchase. This gap is going to confuse all our dashboards. And to be honest, trying to attribute correctly will just confuse things and distract us. I think the solution, what I see for it, will not be which ad converted. We'll have to move from there, that which direction is working. So we'll again go back and look at, is consideration increasing? Is intent increasing? Is brand pull structurally increasing? And with all this, when execution will be automated, offers will become more important than funnels, platform monopoly breaks, and then attribution will become haywire, there is one very important thing that will happen, and that is our fifth shift, which is a traditional media buyer will quietly become irrelevant. I don't mean performance marketers. I mean the performance marketers which think they are just a media buyer. And this role will quietly become irrelevant and collapse. Not because AI is smarter than human beings as of now, because with all this happening, there'll be a very little leverage in pushing buttons within ad platforms. The marketer that will win after all this starts happening is not the one who knows how to run with campaigns within platforms. It's the one who can think outside the platform. The future performance marketer will not run ads. They will design the environments and systems where these tools run the ads. And that's all for this video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.